Hello everybody and welcome to the November 2018 update from Clydebridge Station. Plenty of work been done this month on the layout. A couple of more things completed, a couple of ideas in my head which I'm hoping to come to fruition over the coming couple of months. And news on some forthcoming arrivals on the layout. So we'll get underway, and if you've got any comments, queries or suggestions, please let me know. And thank you very much for watching in advance. We'll start down here at the depot scene because a couple of good bits of news that have now come forward, as you can see. Now you might remember last month I had a problem with this bit of track here. This is a Hornby point, not a Bachman point, and what was happening was locomotives were coming off this point, and as soon as they got into here they lost power. Now I had been looking around, and I said last month that I was going to install dropper wire to go into the bus wiring to see if that solved the problem. Well, I'm very pleased to say that it did indeed solve the problem, although I rather crudely had to do it that way because yours truly forgot his battery drill when he went and done it. And I had to get it done before the update for filming. So I've had to do it this way, but what I'll end up doing is I'll be putting some plastic card over there to cover it, make that quite a bit of a walkway there, as if it was going out that way, so that will all get covered eventually. But I'm very pleased to say that we have now got power. Now what I'm going to do is just turn around slightly, and what we'll do is I'll just put the camera into the other hand like that. And we'll get 47436 out the road because I've got something else to show you. There you go, you can see that's it working now. And what I'll do is I'll just put 436 in number 2 siding. There she goes. So we'll just sit that in there because also that allows me to get through to something else now that I've been doing. There we go. The track and the sidings here is all now pinned down, and that has allowed me to now install the fueling point and the little office that sits next to the fueling point. These have just been laid down this morning just prior to filming. Now I have to admit this is not stable, this office, and I may have to actually put some cork underlay below it and then stick it on top of the cork underlay. But we have now got here the fueling point, and it sits in almost exactly, it actually just needs moved up a little bit. There we go, that's it now. And it sits in exactly the correct place it needs to be. That's been glued down, and what I'll be able to then do is ballast this whole area at some point in the future. This is actually all now completed. Can't do much about this bit here because I've still got to get a fuel tank put in. But all these sidings are now ready. I've got to install some more dropper wires and parts of the sidings, and they'll connect to the bus wires down here. So that's going to be the next task. And once that's done, I'll be able to ballast this whole area here, and then get the gravel down for the walkways as well. So it's starting to look good down here. Now while I'm actually here, you'll notice a couple more intercity coaches, and these are actually from the old layout of Glasgow City. And what happened was that I had to replace these coaches with the Bachman coaches that are on order or have been delivered, because they had the problem of the couplings kept coming out. Now the couplings that they employ are ones that actually slot underneath rather than slot into a pocket, and they're not the most reliable of couplings. Also added to that, had the problem of the wheels. Had to use the wheels on other projects, other coaches. It's been all good and well, and getting them back into service, because I've managed to glue the couplings in on this coach here. I've got to do it on this one, and I'll do it on the BSO when the new BSOs arrive. More about that in a minute. But these coaches are now okay, but the only problem I've actually got with them now is that the wheels that I got supplied from my local model shop are just a little bit too big, and that's them there. So I'll have to try and get the right diameter wheels No mad rush for that, however. I'm looking at about early January or February when I go to Model Rail Scotland, or I might order them direct from Hornby. But the coaches are now running. It's just really couplings that are needing to get replaced, glued into place on them. The added bonus of having that is I'll actually now have 2 daytime intercity rakes, when I was actually planning to have only the one. So it's really good news that I've been able to get that partly sorted. But once I get the wheels fixed and the BSOs in stock, I'll be able to give this a right proper testing on the layout. The actual coaches themselves, by the way, are of the old Hornby Railroad range, I believe, and were purchased in 2016. So it gives an interest of a mixed livery set on the layout, whereas in the past we've probably just had trains with standard liveries. So it's all good so far down at the depot end. If you're able to see through all the junk here on the town scene, and my god, there isn't there a lot of it, then you'll actually be able to see that the work concentrated this month on the town scene has just been around about here. This bit of balsa wood is now down, as is this bit here, and they'll get covered with pavement at some point. That's going to be the approximate position of the Pickwick bookshop just there, but it might get moved slightly. It depends upon what I have at this end. And I've got these 2 bits of balsa wood. That one will sit just there, and I'll also have to cut a bit off that. They'll get painted, that bit and that bit will get painted blue and glued into position once they're dry, and then the pavement will go on there and there. And then what we'll have is we'll have this bit all fully completed in terms of the road layout for the town scene. And I'll just need to be getting the buildings and street furniture in and the road markings on. The last bit of that will obviously be the walling that will be going along here, and with the foliage to go along with it. The road markings, as you can see, I've not removed yet. I will get round to that eventually. I might even just paint them over, and but we'll see how it goes. However, the road markings this time I'll order from 10 Commandments, but I might wait until February when Model Rail Scotland takes place at Glasgow, because usually in the past 10 Commandments, who are actually a local company to me, they're based in Inverkeithing, have attended Model Rail Scotland. So I will actually take a look, wait until then and see what they have. Now the road markings they have are on their website. There's no guarantee they'll necessarily have them at Model Rail Scotland, but there's other signage which I know that David Watson on Dean Park Station uses, and it might actually be the case that I go and use that, buy that signage for when the time comes to get it installed. While I'm up here, by the way, in the town scene, there's that bag there is these couplings that I bought from a local model shop. These are Bachman ones, so they're just a little bit bigger than the Hornby ones. And you see, it would just slot up like that. It's not one of these push-in ones, it's a slot-up one. So I've got plenty of spares, and I'll be gluing them in. But as I say, I really need to get the correct... Look at the mess I'm making. I need to really get the correct size of wheel for those Hornby coaches. No mad rush for them, however. So the town scene is progressing slowly as well. I know that Hatton's have a sale on and they've got some buildings in it, so I'm going to have a look at that again, and I might purchase a couple of buildings from it to stick on here as well and just liven up the town scene a little bit more. Obviously I'll need to say I need street furniture, lamp posts, etc. as well, so town scene's got a good way to go, but at least we now know what the road layout will be like. As you saw, 47436 and before that 47555 roll into town. You'll have noticed some work has been done along this area here. I got two more of these retaining walls from a local model shop, and these are Gauge Master ones, and I've got them glued into position. There's still a gap here, so I'm going to have to try and get a half one and cut it to size to fit it in there. But I will do it. And what I've also done is I've managed to lay ballast down. Now I've not glued this ballast down yet, but that will happen eventually. The reason why I haven't glued the ballast down yet is I didn't want to glue it all down until I'd thoroughly tested everything else, because there's been quite a lot of ballast down, as you'll see, and I'll talk a bit more about the station yet. The cable trunking is in place. And what I've now decided for the back bit here is I'm going to make the side of a bus garage. So I've got some balsa wood which I'll have to pin onto there. I've got this problem here of this gap there, and I don't quite know how I'm going to solve that. It's going to take a bit of ingenuity, but I am determined to fill that gap in there. And as I say, it will then have the back of the bus depot. And it'll probably come to about here, and maybe, once this is all clear, I'll maybe get a bus on there as well. It'll be marked Central Scottish Clydebridge Depot. Over on the other side here, I've decided upon a department store, a co-op department store. Now the reason why I've specifically went for the co-op is my dad, who died in 2011, it's a little tribute to him. Because when he left school in the 1940s, his first job was with the co-op in Lochgelly. So that's why I've decided to go for a co-op store there. And wouldn't it be good, Bachman, if you could bring out 47539 Rochdale Pioneers in large logo livery? Because it was the Rochdale Pioneers that founded what we now know today as a co-op. Incidentally, once I've got the ballast glued down on that bit there, I'll be sticking one of these down as well. Just to simulate some more foliage, as I've done, as you can see just there. And if I zoom the camera in, there we go, you'll see just that's what I've actually done at that point there. Glued down some ballast and then glued down some foliage on top of that. So that's the plans for this east wall of the layout here. Now that we've got the empty stock of the regional railway service from Newcastle out of the way, it gives me a chance to tell you what I've been doing in the station area, and you've seen some of it already. I've got all the ballast laid down along this platform here, and not only is the ballast laid, but also the smaller ballast to make a sort of walkway has been laid down as well, and it's been glued right up to this point here, and in the case of the track, it's been glued up to here. Haven't went any further yet, for the simple reason I need to actually get this bit in here, as I've already said, and then I can start gluing everything else down. I've bought more ballast, and that'll be getting put down very soon in here. And then the case it will be is to get some speed signs, probably marked 15 there and there, and they'll be then glued onto the ballast itself. I've been told by David Watson you can glue them directly onto the ballast, so I'm going to go and do that. And that'll be the 10 Commandments ones that I already mentioned to you. The walkways will then get painted, and as well as it getting painted, I'll obviously get all this muck off them first of all, but that'll be one of the latter jobs, because I also want to get the ballast glued down up on this bit here. And I've got a couple other things that I'm going to put down onto that ballast, and this is actually one of them, but this will go down afterwards. It's another cable drum, but this time with cable. If I actually show you just over here, you can see behind the shunter there's a cable drum there. This is another one. It'll probably sit, something maybe say there, just to simulate that work has been done, but there's still some cabling left. And there goes the rain again. Up here in the Rugby Union ground, what I'm hoping to actually do is get eventually some more of the ground cover ballast. It's a sort of beigey ballast, and I'm hoping to eventually get some of it on top of there as well to work its way along, and that will then allow the that to get painted grey, like what I've just done down here. And so that's my plans for that point there. Now, the last thing I've got to do on this video just before I wrap up for the night is, or rather for this month, is to tell you about some of the other layouts that are out there. And we'll bring 47535 up to the fueling point as well while we're doing it. This will be a chance to see how multi-skilled I am. But anyway, some of the layouts that are out there, I mentioned Shedeen Park Station with David Watson. He's actually just done a question and answer video on his layout, so go and check him out. Everard Junction, who's set in the Network Southeast era, he's got a short update video, but with quite a lot of running session on it as well, so check him out too. And as I say, he's set in the Network Southeast era. David Watson's layout, Dean Park, is set in the same era as mine, the Scottish Regional BR, during the ScotRail era. So do check that out. New Junction, well, he's actually had a recent visit to Hatton's Model Railway Shop, so go and have a look at what he's got to offer. And Dudley Central as well, which is set in the West Midlands, as the name would imply. So have a look at what they've got to offer for you. There's a 00 Rail. Now that's a layout that's based in America, but it's actually set in Britain, believe it or not, and they have a website, 00rail.com, so please could you go and check them out as well, because they'll be absolutely delighted to hear from you, and especially delighted for the support that they'll get as well from you. And I'm just actually having a look here on Facebook, and there's Finsbury Cross, which is made by Matt Gale. He's got a layout going. I don't know if it's actually on YouTube yet, but you can always give it a little check out to see if there is. And there's also Ulton TND on YouTube as well. Please check all these websites out, and I'm sure they'll be happy for your support. Now, I don't know how many videos I'll be bringing you in December, whether it'll be 1 or 2. I say that because I'm actually waiting on the BSOs arriving from Hatton's, and I might do a simple review of them. or combine it with an update video. I'll see what I'm going to be doing over the next few days with work on the layout. But whatever, the next update should hopefully be with you on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And as I say, I might have an update video with my rolling stock as well. So that's all that we have for you this month. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and we shall see you next month, and please enjoy your layouts. Goodbye for now.